Welcome in, Renegades. Now, this week has been crazy. So we saw the launch of Caffeine AI, which caused the most parabolic move in crypto. We saw ICP just basically outperform the entire market. And here is my prediction. So we just saw a move from right around $3 to $10. That took, only a little while. That took like a week. So the thing that I am looking at right now is the volume. So we saw the same thing happen. We saw the volume go up to over 1.2 billion and then back down to like 700 million. And then we saw it go up to 1.6 billion. So what I'm thinking is the whales, the big short whales, they took profit. Everybody took profit. I took profit. I think we all took profit right around $10 to buy back in at lower prices. Now, this bull market is not over. Right around Thanksgiving is when we normally see things really rise and move for the market. So with the launch of Caffeine AI, the marketing that Definity is doing, the news outlets that are starting to see this, I do see ICP going back to that $10 range. Now, we might see a move down to $5 before this happens. My price target right now is about $6.20 if that happens. I have seen this nice support hold, but we have had a massive dump. So this parabolic rise, in my opinion, is going to continue. We saw ICP go to $21 when the market was just starting. We never see a pump at the beginning of the market that's bigger than the end of the market. Now, we're making a lot of money leverage trading. Now they're going to come after your money because the big money waits. So what I want to tell you guys is now is the time. With the launch of Caffeine AI, this hasn't even got started. It hasn't even got paid features yet. Imagine how much volume is going to come in then. So happy Monday, everybody, guys. This is the biggest money that I've made in crypto ever. By one crypto. I have just been making money after money after money, and I still believe that ICP is going to rise to those extreme levels. Let me talk about the market a little bit. So with the rising tariffs and everything, with the Bitcoin ETFs, we are going to see a lot of liquidity go into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then when everybody thinks the market's over after about 6 months of just plain dumping, we are going to see these big rises. Now, what I'm looking for is bullish divergences. I'm looking for legitimate breakout patterns because we have that volume now. ICP went from 50 million to 1.6 billion in literally 2 days. ICP is the best technology that there ever has been. I'm building one of the most elite dApps that there ever is that are on the Google Play Store. So it's a bowling striker app and nobody used it yet. It's not ready. Even if you have the link, do not send ICP, do not do nothing. So basically it has a canister with the tokens in it. And if you read Dom's post, I already knew this, with the drafts, it gets rid of your tokens. So I had to push it live. So don't use it. I don't care if you have access, do not use it. It's not ready, but I had to push it live so I saved my tokens and no one could take them. Well, Dom has a plan. This is the coolest plan. Because basically what they're going to do is allow you to run your draft apps so that you can keep them live while you're coding, because I had to push it live or I'd lose my tokens, right? Every time you reset it, you lose your tokens. So, and then if somebody else uses that draft, they can actually take your tokens. So what they're going to do is implement a feature where that you can actually keep your draft apps. So because it recycles the draft apps and lets somebody else use it just to save in cycles, right? They can't just constantly run draft apps. That would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars a day or more, millions maybe. So this new technology that is going to be integrated by self-learning. So basically, I'm trying to create a wallet minting system. I'm running into some errors right now, but I have this Copilot with GitHub. So what I did is I took my Caffeine AI code and I uploaded it to GitHub as a repository. I'm using Google Copilot and agents. I'm doing the paid feature to try to help me work through some of these bugs with the wallets, right? Because it's NAT to NAT64. NAT has to be converted to EASs and then back to NAT. Right, for some of the programming language, right? And Caffeine is having a little bit of problems from my prompts, not that caffeine has the problems, the way I'm prompting it, because it remembers certain pieces and then it will like erase NAT in a certain area. So what I did is I ran a thorough diagnostic. So what I do is when I have caffeine do the code, I also tell it to tell me, okay, each part where it's supposed to be NAT to NAT64 and then convert it back to NAT, I need you to tell me where those errors are. And so it's starting to work out really well. The only problem is I need that token feature and the draft app to come out. I don't mind paying a little, to keep my cycles running and keep this app going as long as we can get the features. So Caffeine AI is going to build dApps. These dApps are going to create liquidity. The liquidity is going to create volume. Volume is going to create rises in price. So it is actually something that there's a good reason why Caffeine AI has caused ICP to rise by 1.595 billion. That is crazy amounts of volume, guys. So if you didn't believe in ICP when it was down at 20 million, guys, this is what we were waiting for. Now it has a viable product that Definity can actually market, and we can see ICP rise to those $100 levels. This is what we were waiting for. Now with caffeine, this is going to cause the parabolic rise for the internet computer. I just want to say that a lot of people that I know are building real world use case dApps in seconds, and then over time creating them into powerhouses. So I'm watching the price. I just bought a bunch of SB Dunk, whatever. So this is how I've been doing it lately. When I make money, I take someone out to lunch or I do something nice for the close people in my life, not just anybody, but then I make a lot more money leverage trading after that. So guys, if you're winning, if I win, you win. That's what I say to my family and my friends, right? Anyone who's in ICP right now, you are my family and my friends. You guys were here when we were nothing. You guys were here when we weren't making money. And now it's time to celebrate together. So I just want to encourage you guys. I'm going to Mining Disrupt tomorrow. You guys are definitely going to want to follow the channel and watch my price targets. So next time I come on live, next Monday, I might even start doing shorts just to tell you guys when I'm taking these leverage trades. This is not financial advice and you could get wrecked. It's very dangerous. But with the launch of Caffeine AI, that volume we've seen, we are definitely ready for a move to the upside. Now, I'm actually going to go in here and look at the charts because my computer is acting up right now. So I wasn't able to do the live stream there. Let's turn this off. All right, better light. So I'm just going to look at the charts here with you guys, and I'm going to give you an analysis since I can't do it on my phone with YouTube right this second. And I'm going to tell you where I think the price is going. We're going to look at that volume. We're going to look at the CFGI. So we're going to see if the whales are still bullish. I'm going to use every little power that I have to try to find out what's going on. Yes, so we are actually in fear right now. 31, we were at extreme greed 7 days ago. 30 days ago, we were neutral. So the best time to buy ICP is in the fear. This is when people are going to be making money. Let's just look at the whales. Let's look at everything. So the whales are actually neutral right now. Order book is extreme greed. So right now we are seeing massive, the technicals are greed right now too, because they actually look pretty good for a bounce. Social is fear right now. Dominance is neutral. Volume is extreme fear because we watched it go from 1.6 billion down to 700 million. It was 1.4 to 7 in one day. So we did see that volatility is extreme, which means there could be some nice trends that are happening. So let me look at the charts and I'll tell you if I actually see any bullish divergences. Like last time I told you guys when we were at, I think it was what, $4, we broke out of that falling wedge and we went up to $10 after my last video. So this is what I want to tell you right now. We're sitting at 665. We have this massive downtrend. We don't have any kind of bullish divergences at all. So I'm not seeing like that uptrend swing that we were seeing. So what I want to look at is previous levels. So I'm going to go back to the weekly and then I'm going to go look way back in the day. And we're going to look at where our support lies. Now, if you go all the way back to May of 2023, we were sitting at $6.51 with a move up to like that 820, just like we saw this move to 820 yesterday. So then we have this all the way back in September of 2022 at about $7.20. So these are going to be massive support levels. As we see these weekly candles in 2 weeks, we literally went from $2.86 to $10 in a matter of 2 weeks. Now we're seeing a little correction, which is normal in the market. This is what I like to see for a healthy crypto, is to have this kind of pullback. This is actually something that we would expect after going from $3 to $10. Like if we didn't go down, the RSI would be overbought at over 90, and we actually had that EMA, which was the 14-day EMA, sitting pretty high up there. So you guys are going to have to understand that this is all part of the market. We are starting to see ICP get massive volume. Let's look at that volume, though. That's something I need to look at. Because if we're getting under 500 million, we might start cooling off. But I believe, yeah, so we're at 589 million right now. We have seen this volume decline, but all it needs is another spike. So let's go back here. So we saw it go from 40 million. Was that 40 million? Hold on. Okay, 60 million. So we saw it go from 60 million all the way up to 1.2 billion right here. So on 11/5, we went from 60 million on 10/31. And then 5 days later, we're at $1.2 billion. Okay. Then we go back down all the way to 600 million. Okay. Down here, 600 million. Then we rise back up and we get to 1.68 billion. Okay. We see 10. Then we see it go to 1.72 billion right here at 9/25 on the 8th. That was 3 days later. Okay, so this is something that we are going to be looking at in the future. And then we went down 1.16 billion at 759, and then we did see that decline in volume back to 589. This is the perfect time for a bunch of volume to start coming into ICP. We see this move past 10. This is a good cool-off period. It dropped the RSI. Let's look at that RSI right now. The weekly had a massive breakout over that EMA. It's sitting right at 57, and the average is at 43. We still have a long ways to go on that week before we're even close to over bought. Now, the daily did go very far up. The daily went up to 86.46, and our average is sitting right at 57.34. And right now we're, it's sitting at 62.59, and we're at 61.81. A move and a bounce off of this level could send ICP right back to $10. This is the bullishness I'm seeing right here. This is a good support level for the volume. So we definitely want to look at that. And if you look at the support level on the other side, we had a low of 558 and then a close at 671. So 671, we're sitting at 667 right now. This is a massive level of support. So I do see a move to the upside coming pretty soon. If we don't go back down to, I would say $5.70 or $5.50 even. But I don't think we are. I think this is a nice move. We still have a good amount of volume. And I think we're good on that, guys. So I just want to encourage you that I think ICP is about to crack. So you guys really just hang in there and let's make hella money. All right, guys. That being said, goodbye and good ICP.